Hi, I'm Danxj and today we're going to look at the differences between an endemic, epidemic, and pandemic. These three terms describe how diseases spread and persist in populations, but they vary widely in scope, scale, and impact. Let's dive into what each term really means. Endemic. When a disease is endemic, it means it's constantly present in a particular geographic area or among a specific group of people. It doesn't cause sudden spikes or widespread panic, but it also doesn't go away. The disease is more or less expected to be there. It has found a balance with the local population, often because of environmental conditions or lack of access to healthcare. The example here: malaria is endemic in many parts of sub-Saharan Africa. It remains a persistent threat year after year, especially in tropical regions where mosquitoes, its main carriers, thrive. People in these regions may have developed partial immunity to malaria over time, as their immune system, particularly the sickle-shaped red blood cells, provides some resistance to the parasite. The sickle cell trait makes it harder for the malaria parasite to survive and reproduce in the blood. However, despite this adaptation, malaria remains a significant health problem due to the constant risk of reinfection and the evolution of the parasite. Another example for an endemic disease is dengue fever in Southeast Asia and Latin America. Next in line, epidemic. An epidemic happens when a disease spreads more rapidly and widely than what it is normally expected in a specific region or population. It often takes health systems by surprise and leads to a sudden rise in new cases over a short time. The example here: the Ebola epidemic in West Africa from 2014 to 2016 is a well-known case. While Ebola had appeared in smaller outbreaks before, the scale of this epidemic was unprecedented. It killed over 11,000 people and overwhelmed healthcare systems in Guinea, Liberia, and Sierra Leone. And lastly, pandemic. A pandemic is essentially a global epidemic. When a disease spreads across multiple countries or continents and affects a large proportion of the global population, it's considered a pandemic. Pandemics don't just threaten public health, they can shake economies, overwhelm healthcare systems, and disrupt societies at every level. And the example here, most of us know that, the COVID-19 pandemic, which began in late 2019, spread from a local outbreak in Wuhan, China, to nearly every country in the world within months. It led to lockdowns, travel bans, overwhelmed hospitals, and significant loss of lives worldwide. And a historical example: the Spanish flu of 1918 was another devastating pandemic, infecting an estimated 500 million people globally and killing tens of millions. Now, let's summarize. An endemic is a constant and stable presence of a disease in a region. For example here, malaria in Africa. An epidemic is a sudden outbreak in a localized area. For example, Ebola in 2014 to 2016 in West Africa. And a pandemic is a global outbreak affecting a large population. For example, the COVID-19, which was worldwide. Wasn't that difficult, right? And for more facts and knowledge about our planet, click on those videos and please subscribe.